How the heck are everybody? I'm Fastidious. Welcome to my channel. Let's get right into it. I'm going to click on auto fight in this battle and explain what we are doing here today. This is going to be a Gear Raid 119 guide with an unconventional comp. We're using plenty good heroes, but this is not, the typical comp a lot of people do, and the gear on this account is not very good at all. So big thank you to Tegan. This is his account. I've done 2 account takeovers for him now. This one was about 3 days ago. In anticipation of the Gear Raid 1 event we have live now, I was thinking I should just get a guide out on this comp, because a lot of people might have lusts. They might have bought Iona if they're even the lightest of spenders, right? And it's super viable. You don't need Lassir, he just helps, especially once you see the gear that we're working with. But yeah, I think it's going to be a very interesting new way for people to beat it. This is not some be-all, end-all guide, but when I do put out these guides, this is something I want to impress in all my videos now. It's not saying you must have lust and arrogance and Iona and Lassir and Leia and all these people and the exact things. Every guide I make is supposed to be a template for you to then adapt to your team. Very few people will have exactly this team and exactly this gear. Many of you might have better, more viable heroes, or you might have better, more viable gear, or you might have slightly worse heroes but better gear, or slightly better heroes but worse gear, something like this, right? You might have Vierna, but you don't have arrogance or something. Well, put in Vierna for Iona. You can put Iona in for Lassir or something, take out the arrogance, GG's in the chat, right? It's super viable in that way. I'm trying to give you all, with all my guides, the bones to the team comp, the bones to the strategy, the structure that you can then adapt. I do takeovers, and they're always available to you guys, but they're expensive. When I put guides out like this, I want to give you an option to get it done yourself while giving you all the help I possibly can, right? So without further ado, that was the auto run. You see it works nicely. Who cares about the auto run with Power of Dominance? Let's turn that thing off. Let's head into battle. Let's show you how to beat Gear Raid 119. No Esotericists, no Cultists, unconventional comp. Let's get into it.
Fastidious.
Fastidious.
All right, guys, let's head right into battle. You can see the POD is off. Again, we've got some great heroes. We got a legendary Lord in Lilia, but a lot of this comp is very unconventional, right? We're running a Nightmare team that can be fairly standard for Gear Raid 119. It falls off a cliff, if I'm being honest, for 120, though I will say this comp could certainly do it for 120 with better gear, but as you will see at the end when I show the builds, it's kind of tough for us. But you can see no Cultists. The closest thing we have to a Cultist, I shouldn't say no Cultist, no Cultist team. We are running Lassir, who is a Cultist, and technically Iona has dual Cultist factionship, or faction membership, whatever you want to call it, but we're running Iona as a Watcher with Leia, and then also none of the 2 most popular Rage Engine heroes, and not just most popular because they're more common than Leia. Hollow and Elowyn are just straight up better for this fight. But Leia's a nice option, and a little Rage Regen is going to help Iona and Lassir in a pretty nice way. So this is going to be the comp. You see, I do have some staples I use all the time, that being Autumn, that being Dolores, that being, of course, Laurel. Without further ado, let's get into it. Let me show you what's up. I really don't want this to be too long a guide. I want to get it out as quickly as possible. And then, as always, if I just get 1 or 2 comments saying it helped people, then it was all worth it. So first, let's place our main DPS. That's going to be Iona right here. Not the craziest Iona in the world. And then over here, we're going to wait, and we will place Lassir right behind. Wait till we get to 5. Let's place Dolores right here. Throw this thing on 2x quickly. We don't have to wait too much. No Invig set on anyone, guys. This is like a very mid-game account. Awesome account. Thank you so much to Tegan for letting me share it. But also, I just want to be honest. This isn't some game-breaking account. And I just want to keep things, raw and approachable. So there goes Laurel. As soon as these guys are about to hit the wall, we can trigger Iona. I'm going to hold off Lassir until, now we trigger Dolores. Hold off on Lassir until we get closer to the countdown of the heals. Now we can place Leia, and I switch constantly. Definitely you want to trigger Lassir before Dolores is finished here. But if you can time it out, there we go. Let's trigger him right now. We should be able to totally eliminate all of these guys. And now we're getting ready with our Nightmare units. So an important thing you want to do here, guys, is we have 3 remaining deploys. Autumn's just for the end of the fight to help with a little boost. We have 4 remaining deploys, 3 remaining deploys, but we have 4 Nightmare units we have to deploy to get the benefit of Wrath. So the way we do that is first we do our most important one. That is going to be, of course, Lust. The reason I'm putting Lassir here and Dolores here is this enables Lust to be in Dolores range. Lust is going to do some big girl damage. Arrogance also is going to do some really nice things. Great thing about having Lust here, she's got plenty of people to whip and plenty of Nightmare units once we get our 2 Nightmare units down here. Let's wait. I should have triggered Laurel slightly earlier. My apologies. Now we can get down Arrogance. I put him over here because Lassir can't reach this lane because of the strat we've gone for. So there's not going to be any anti-healing on this lane. So Arrogance is going to be a huge source of DPS. Good to line him up here. You can see I'm holding off on the ults quickly now. Once we're getting a little closer, Leia's going to give a 10% boost, right? Let's turn the 1 second off, turn the 2x off, make it 1x here. Once we're at about 85, 75, it's a probably good time. We can wait closer to 90. All right, let's boost with Leia. So it's only the people in range. So Lust won't get the boost, nothing like that, but still really solid. And now we can start triggering. Let's get it ready with Dolores. Let's go. They're doing some heals. Let's get it with Lassir. And now don't place Wrath. Wrath eventually will be here, but you need to get 4 deploys. We only have 1 deployable left currently. So let's wait for Volca. Let's get her down. You can see the wall's in pretty good shape. Let's place Volca, immediately pick her up. So now that counts as 3. You see plus 20% to get the max utility from the Nightmare Lord skill that like Wrath and Tordor have. You need to have deployed 4. They don't have to be out on the field at the same time, as many people know by now. Let's wait for Wrath. There's 16 costs. And now you see plus 35% speed. That is like a 1.35x multiplier to whatever speed you've built upon them. Pretty darn significant. And it's 15% additive on top of the 20% we had with only 3 units. That's really good. It's 75% stronger of a boost. So you can see all these guys, perfect time actually. Usually I leave Laurel down as much as possible. Not here because these guys are absolute menaces. Let's pick up Laurel. We get a nice boost. Now we cycle in Autumn. I wish I had a good Tumultuous Horn for her, but I don't. So instead, we will place her in this Euphoric Orb just to give a tiny little boost. Here comes the heal. Perfect time for a heal block. You want to wait towards the end here so more guys are in range. It does take a while for Lassir to cook it up a bit. So when it's about just before the word totem on this blue bar counting down, that's when I'm going to trigger him. We wait. It looks like we're kind of in dire straits, but not actually, because whenever Leia's ready, we are going to get that big boost. I am going to wait on Dolores here, though. Let's go. Leia also is giving a big damage boost, obviously. All right, let's go here. These guys are they really can do nasty damage to the wall. Let's get Eona going. You want to trigger everyone before Leia so we don't miss out on that benefit. Now we trigger Leia, so we get the damage increase. We have the inspo up. We have the crit damage and crit rate from Autumn. Everything's cooking. Didn't line up perfectly with Lust, but we should be fine. We're taking care of it. The wall's not ideal, but it's solid. You can see the ones that are really hanging out are the ones that are not in the heal block range. There's no one in Lust's range, so we're going to have to save that. Now we just say, Arrogance, please take care of business. Can he pick those guys off? 1 remains, so not ideal. Get that kill. There we go. Okay, sweet. So you can see I always use the 70%. Obviously, it doesn't tell you, but this is at about between 65 and 75%. I'd say between 65 and 70% health remaining. We're in pretty good shape here, I would say. You see, we're back ready again with Laurel. So I'm actually going to pick up Autumn and already get Laurel down. Ideally, we'll see. I'd love to get 1 Laurel ult out before I pick her up again, and we have the last big wave. You can see we're already up to 30 out of 59 kills. Let's wait. Yeah, solid time here just to take a breather. The Nightmare units might be able to just carry this whole thing on their back, so let's trigger Lust. Looks like they will. The wall's in pretty good shape. Here comes a time for an anti-heal. Might as well use it because we're going to be picking up Laurel anyway. Let's wait, and now we're going to hold. So these guys are taken care of. They're just tickling the wall anyway. Trigger Laurel. As soon as you see we're a little bit wasted here, but as soon as these guys start marching, we'll be ready with Iona and everybody. This is really just to help cycle Lassir. He's the one we're kind of leaning on here. Right, as soon as they start moving, we can trigger Autumn. Now we can trigger Dolores, of course. We wait for Leia. Excellent. So this one doesn't line up with the Nightmare units. The next one should. Now you can see Lassir's at 60. No, he's not. Let's get the boost. Let's wait for those heals. Here they come. As soon as these guys, the top guys here, make the turn downward, we can get Autumn out. That's when I'm going to trigger. So they start making the turn. Now we trigger Lassir. Should it line up perfectly. We just want to take as many of these guys out early as we possibly can. Keep in mind, we just had a big rage boost for everybody when we picked up Laurel, so we should spin back around pretty quick. Let's see where Dolores is at. Perfect, so we can do Lust and Dolores together. Awesome. And now we just hopefully start eliminating all the enemies. Simple as that. Let's wait for Iona to line up with Autumn. Wait. So trigger Iona, now Autumn. We're still at over half health on the wall. Let's go. We're getting ready with Lilia. That should give a nice boost for Lassir. It's going to be tight, but if we trigger him right away, we should be good. We just passed 40 kills. Slam on Lilia there. Looking good. 49 kills. And if we can get this heal out, this anti-heal out, Lassir, buddy, we should be able to pick off all the key stragglers that are kind of going to ruin our life. Look at that. Perfect timing. Laurel's done ulting, and Laurel is back. Everyone is less than 50% rage blocked up, so it's going to be perfectly efficient. Put her down. Pick her up. Let's wait. And let's see. I'm going to wait now. You might think, oh no, let's trigger Dolores already. Let's just keep going. Moments of patience can be super valuable. So let's actually try to line this last big thing up, and we should be able to take everyone out. So we're going to hold. We're going to hold. The wall is getting beaten into, but we are at 51 kills. I can actually place to distract some people from the wall. I can place Volca there. We might as well. We wait. All right, now we've got, you see, Lust at about 83%, Eona here, and Lassir almost right at the heal block. It's going to line up perfectly. Let's be patient. Now, once Lust is at about 90, we can go. Here comes Eona. Here comes Lassir. Here comes Dolores. Let's get hammering on Lust as soon as possible. We're at about 15% health, but we should be good. This should be a total melt job because we have the heal blocks up. Everybody should die right now except for the boss. Maybe the one straggler with arrogance who's still getting healed. It looks pretty good, right? It looks pretty good. We get a nice little Lilia boost. Would have been great to line this up so we got the damage increase during the ult for longer, but we're still going to get some boost. And arrogance picks this guy off. GG's in the chat. Lines up perfectly with Volca to get the vulnerabilities up, and that's going to be a W. My apologies for any way I was in the way of the buttons. But I think this was a pretty clear explanation on how to do it. I really hope it does help some people. Like I said, it's going to be a short guide. I don't want to make a whole meal out of this one. Not that I ever so intentionally do so, but I just want to get this video out as soon as possible to show you guys there's other ways to do it. Like, I quite frankly, not to be rude, but too often people say, oh, I can't beat it. I don't have Boreas. I don't have Khamet. You don't need them, right? Everyone has their own heroes that can shine. If you want, I've done this all epics, right? 100% epics without Dolores and no premium gear, no top tier high promo artifacts. I have that guide. You can go check it out. I'll probably share it as a community post later today. But this is just for the normal person that isn't doing like some kind of challenge, prove it to people content, and just wants to say, hey, I've got some good heroes. I don't have the best gear. Can I beat it? The answer is going to almost always be yes. And if it's not, then just grind something up a little harder, whether that be artifact material raid or gear raid 2 or something, and then you'll get it done. So there you go. Coming in really big is Iona at 53.4. Then we've got Lust at 18.6. Lassir doing some proper damage. I mean, that is proper damage at 12.6. Then we got 11.4 from Arrogance. Pretty impressive what Arrogance did because he held that lane by himself. He had no Dolores boost, and he did not have the benefit of Lassir being able to reach there for the heal blocks. Really cool stuff. And then our support doing absolutely nothing. Volca even showing up at the end, and Wrath was mostly just there to put some burns out and help the whole thing cook. You know, get those burns out. Then when Arrogance, you know, gets the benefit from Lust, he can do some bonus damage. So there you have it, or rather Lust from Arrogance, I should say. Pretty cool stuff. I hope you guys are happy with that. Let me show you the comp, and we'll wrap up the video already. Again, big thank you to Tegan, and absolutely no shade. You can see POD off. I just want to show, like, this is a normal account, you know? You have some good summons, you have some bad summons, and a lot of people want to push content as soon as possible without the craziest gear in the world. So this is what we're working with. He has got a nice Soulbound Arcana set. Obviously, the best gear on the account is going to rock on Iona. You can see some normal pieces here, some great crit rate rolls, but all that being said, attack speed is very low for how I'd normally approach this content at 225. She is not crit capped, plenty of crit damage, attack is pretty low. Granted, it's Iona, so she doesn't have very high base stack, but this build is supremely attainable. Without the Soulbound Arcana, could we do it in this build? Perhaps no, but you could get other gear with better stats, so that's the trade-off. That's kind of what I'm speaking to. Or if it was Vierna, or if it was Morrigan, or if it was Khamet, someone just puts out more DPS than Iona, it would be GG. Or if you had Aeon and you ran this, it would be much better to run this with Cultist Lord, right? We could have took out Volca or took out Wrath or something. I guess we couldn't take out Wrath. We need the Lord skill. But you see what I'm saying? I'm trying to talk you through substitutions you can think of. You probably shouldn't use Iona. But if you have Iona and this is the situation you're in, just put your absolute best gear on her and do what you can do. Not even crit capped. She got the job done. Show you artifacts here. Just a maxed out Keen of Wisdom. The most free to play artifact in the game. Super cheap to max out. It's an epic artifact. It drops like nothing, like leaves falling off a tree. Let's go next here. We'll start with Lilia. You can see it's a fairly normal build. I went for very high attack speed. Always go, for me, for healers, especially for Gear Raid 1 and that kind of content, always attack speed amulet. There you can see some Rage Regen really helps, and then just attack. Heal effect was somewhat neglected at 41. That's nice. 16-5 attack. She's easy to build, easy to use. We haven't even maxed out her ult. We did max out the damage increase. A great hero, a great option. I would say decidedly for me, the third option, I would say you'd want Hollow and Elowyn, then Lilia. But yeah, and you can see we only ran one platform, only the left side platform. That's a nice thing, so you only have to bring one healer. That is enabled by running a melee team, a nightmare team that you hide behind the wall. Let's go into those nightmare units now, just while we're here. You can see Anai, excuse me, I just did a separate thing on Anai. You can see Lust, much better than Anai. She's in probably the second best gear on this account. We had to go a crit rate bangle, not ideal, but it did allow her just a crit cap. We went no attack speed, but hunting for attack speed subs everywhere, and we did have to go Whirlwind. A couple of Ancients here. You can see he's done his farming. Just a normal account, and if you think this isn't a normal account, then you should grind harder, because that's what it is. And he's got some great heroes. So there we go, that's 382 speed, touch of Rage Regen. Attack is a little light, but it's okay at 13.2. For 19, that's enough, and a lot of crit damage. Pretty cool builds. As you can see here, she's in her exclusive, 100% free to play. It was for free from the shop during the Valentine's Day event. Let's now go to Arrogance. He's in a base promo, not just +1, not even +10. Eye of Sin, that's for when he does the AoE during his ult. If we look at the gear, we were able to get him an Infernal Roar set. Again, we didn't have the best gear, so we had to go crit rate bangle. We snagged one beautiful Ancient here with some nice chunk of crit damage. We actually went broken set on the left, which is something I try to never do, but because he hadn't done gear raid 119 yet, honestly, Tegan did the right thing. He waited until he could farm more efficiently, and because of that, we had to go broken set, but we got it done. So crit damage 32%, low crit rate there, but the crit rate bangle comes in, and this is a great piece. This is one of the starter pieces. This is a 100% free-to-play piece you get from the Volca quests. So that is going to be our Arrogance. Moving right down the line, here comes Lyseer. Full broken set here, Whirlwind on the thing, so just whatever useful Ancients he's picked up along the way, so pumping that attack nice and high. This is a beautiful piece. I don't love the Fracture set, but it's solid. But for an offset piece, I mean, these stats are great. Then attack speed with some nice stats, some nice crit stuff. Here, this is the starter set piece. This is one of the other Volca quest things. And then here, just some fine Whirlwind pieces. All blue rolls except for one, 21% attack bonus. Even a couple down by one line. There you go for his artifact. Unfortunate Skull, base promo, only +1. Again, you're seeing a theme here. He's still working on his AMR 18, so he's not pushing it so aggressively. It's a smart choice, quite frankly. He'll get it very, very soon, obviously, with this account. But yeah, there you go. Let's see who else we missed. Dolores, going to be a traditional Dolores build. He hasn't done Gear Raid 2 yet. You can see Gear Raid 3 was his focus. That was the first takeover I did from him. He farmed very effectively. So no Invig here. We just went full broken set. Attack bonus, flat attack. Attack bonus, flat attack. Attack bonus, flat attack. Would you guess it? Attack bonus and flat attack. And this one, flat attack main stat with attack bonus. Just get as high as you can. 12-4. Not too hard when you go broken set. If you go to the artifact, she's in a golden scarab. This was a decision I made for cycling reasons and because I wanted to free up the Keen Wisdom to be able to go on, I think it was on Iona we put it, right? So that was helpful. You know, those are decisions you should make. So don't just follow artifact suggestions from me and my ilk blindly, because there's always room to adapt things. For Laurel, it really doesn't matter. We just wanted some semblance of attack speed, as much Rage Regen as we could get, so when she is down, we could get some ults off, and then we wanted her to not die. So for that, I found like 18k plus is a good threshold for people to survive the Scourges. In 119, you will need more than that for 120 and 121. It's a really easy build. Lots of blue, just looking for main stats. So Rage Regen, attack speed, HP bonus, and then any extra we can pick up along the way. Here's some more HP. A Life Force set's a nice call. Whirlwind could also work if we had better substats on some of this stuff on the right. And there's HP bonus with flat HP. That is going to be our Laurel. Just wrapping it up here, guys. We showed all of this, so now let's do Wrath. Wrath doesn't matter too much. His real role is just to be a Lord. You can see we didn't have much gold, so we just went for a crit rate bangle here just to get him close to cap, so he's at 92%, plus 12, just for some Rage Regen. For Wrath, I really just wanted him ulting as much as possible to trigger Sinful Lashes from Lust, because whenever a Nightmare unit, including herself, ults, every 2 ults she's going to do a Sinful Lash, which is some big damage. So that's what we were going for, attack speed with Rage Regen, and here you can see Whirlwind set and then attack speed roll on the Whirlwind set. All in all, it's fine. You can see he still put out some solid damage because we built his attack okay at 10.1. I mean, it's not good, but he gets those burns out. he does what he has to do. He plays his role. But you can see it's not the most cracked out build. We have some good gear. That went our best gear, went on our best heroes for this content, and the rest we're just filling in the gaps. He's on a base promo +1 Watchguard ambition. Every basic attack has a 10% chance for another one. So those are just extra opportunities to build some more rage region based on attack, get a tiny bit more damage. Why not? Easy peasy lemon squeezers. Now we go to Folka. This one, she barely touches the field. Her only job here, is, hey, let's get some attack speed on her, and that's it. Because I wanted, when I did deploy her at the end, she could get her ult up quickly. Not that it was so tight, but, getting those vulnerabilities up, physical damage vulnerability, magic damage vulnerability, did help us take the boss down pretty quickly in the end when we got the ult off. There you go, +12 here, +12 here. Nothing too crazy. Lots of blue. It is what it is. Just about getting the job done, guys. There's another +1 Watchguard's ambition. Same reason as Wrath. Finally, we have got Autumn, my favorite hero in the game. She's only 5 stars, max promo. She's super easy to use. Max skill her, she's a rare hero. And for Autumn, she's just getting cycled in and out. Like I said, I would have loved a Tumultuous Horn. Actually, we did have one, so I must have cycled one off. So that would have been better for the cycling. So there's a min-max opportunity I missed. But the Euphoric Orb did give a little attack speed on that initial deployment. Who knows? Maybe that helped Iona. This would have been better, decidedly. So that's a miss by me. Put the Tumultuous Horn on her. You can see we weren't able to max this out because we ran out of gold when I was doing this the other day. But flat HP, just trying to keep her alive. Flat HP, trying to keep her alive. Flat HP, trying to keep her alive. Basically, you just wanted her. I was shooting for 18, but over 20 would be great. And because of those flat HP things, we got her to 23-3, so she didn't die whenever she was out there. Life Force set, make sure you got a +16 breastplate for that flat HP main stat. And here we just wanted some flat HP and HP bonus. That's going to be Autumn. Guys, sorry if I was talking quickly. I really just want this video to be short, sweet, and help some of you guys succeed in Gear Raid 1 as soon as possible and take advantage of the tournament that we have live right now. So let me just show you that, guys. We've got the Lost Legacy tournament. I believe we have 1.5 days left. Let's see, 2.5 days left. Amazing. So this video will come out in about 30 minutes. So you'll have just over 2.5 days left. Take good advantage. I really hope you progress. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments or hit me up on my Discord, the Fast and Fastidious. If you like my stuff, like it, share it with your mother. Thank you again, Tegan. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Fastidious.